International Women's Day, celebrated annually on March 8th, is a global day recognizing the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. Now, it is a day to call for action to accelerate gender equality. The day is rooted in the labor movement and celebrates the contributions of women to society, while also advocating for women's rights and also in that process understanding that women in their own rights are very important. We might say to ourselves, why do women celebrate this day? It's a day made for women to understand that they add value in their society. You're welcome to Insight today. I am Jumai Manson. Happy International Women's Day. Do not go anywhere. The program continues shortly. Stay tuned. All right, you are welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, it's Insight today on Global Television. Like I said, I am so excited to be here on the program with a very special individual, a beautiful soul, a beautiful personality, someone I love so much. She's an amazing person, an amazing friend. I am being joined by Dr. Nyola Mary Fafori, Deputy Director, Huawei Business Affairs Nigeria. And happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you, Jumari. It's always nice being here.
It's always good to have you on the program. How are you doing today?
How can you see me? I'm so excited.
Yes.
Day,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, good. This is good.
So I'll be my right when I say happy International Women's Day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now tell me, why is this day significant and important? We celebrate it every year. We don't get tired of it. Why is it important?
Well, thanks for this question. Women are very key to the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Without a woman, we can't have kids, right? We have better leaders, we have better senators, we have better governors and all that. So women are instrumental to the nation's development and growth. So that is first. Without a woman, there's no womb and there's no child. So women are instrumental to the growth of the economy in one way, very important. Also, women actually make the home very interesting. Women are the source of inspiration for a lot of successful women.
Yes,
men. Without a woman, you have no reason to be successful because they are the ones that pushes you. They are the ones that gingers you. Mothers are also instrumental to their kids' success too. Oh, my mom will not be happy. My mom will not be happy. Women are that. Men come home because they're like, oh, my wife's food, right? That's another thing. Every man you see that is successful today has somebody backing him up. They say behind a successful man is a woman.
Yes,
and that's
there
the
is.
truth, which is what is the backbone of some of this men's success today and the country at large. There's a whole lot. We can keep talking about why is women important? Why is women important? Look at the way things are in the economy. Women are instrumental. Look at all the men. There's always one reason or the other. And without women, in fact, Jesus knew that women is important. Who saw Jesus first?
The woman.
It was a woman. And so he has both the personality of a man and a woman. He's so loving, he's so passionate, he's very logical, he's always also very emotional and all that. So there's something about a woman, really. And I think that is the reason why we must celebrate our mothers, our sisters, our colleagues, our friends, our relatives, neighbors, women in particular. And have you found a situation whereby you have men in the offices? It's just dry. But when the woman is there, it's fun.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's really fun once a week. I say women have value, the way we add that spice into a particular thing and all of that.
Yeah.
But looking at this, sometimes, how do you think women can actually balance that career and being at home? Like, this is women supporting women now. How easy it is to juggle a spouse, the children, work, career, business, every other thing encompassed, not forgetting the spirituality involved in all of that, emotional trauma, physical, psychological, every other thing. How do you
And
think?
also the health.
Aha, the mental health, very important.
Well, this is from my experience and what I see around. You cannot balance it. You can just find a way to harmonize it. Like, for instance, as a mother, it's not easy being a mother. or going through being a career woman and also going through the process of having kids, the psychological, emotional, when it comes into play, it's a whole lot.
Yes,
Your
it is.
mindset can be distorted. Finances is another issue. So I think that a woman cannot do this alone. She needs a very important supportive partner to be able to get these things done. You might not be able to get all of them done at the same time, but I think you have to plan towards it. Planning is very critical. You have to know, like I tell young women, it's either you are done from school and you want to get into marriage now and have kids, and then start your career later. Or if that doesn't come now, then start your career very fast, put things in place, learn as fast as you can, save more money, find a passion alongside, and keep building yourself financially. Then you can now get to a point where you have reached the peak of your career and say, you know what, now I want to have my kids.
Really?
Because right now we have a lot of technology
Yes,
to
we
help
do.
women have kids. Surrogacy is there, IVF is there. There's so many ways of having kids. And that is something that we should be grateful to God for career women, because God has really answered our prayers.
Yes, He has.
He knew this time was going to come, and so He has made these things available. So to every woman out there, don't worry, there's always a solution. Trust me.
Really, but there's a woman out there who is going through a lot when it comes to the stress that this particular will I say, I won't call it a burden. No, it's not. It's not a burden. This particular gift of being a woman, on how she has to balance it all in the home front, how she has to, once a woman is married, what is expected of her is she must have kids, you must be able to deliver when it comes to, cooking, when it comes to being every other thing. Like women who are going through this, and it's not easy to create that balance. You said you should learn to manage. How can you manage it?
Well, you see, there's something I always tell people. You will find the solution. What works for you might not work for me.
True.
But I can tell you that the answers will come if you search for them. Now, I always tell some of my junior colleagues, they're like, so, Madam Lola, how do you balance all through this? I'm like, I just have to find a way around it. That's why I tell women, your partner is very important. If you are dating, you find out he's not supporting or he's even pretending, see, there's a way the red flags will come in. And trust me, these men, you see that they've never been married before, so they don't know what is expected of them. They're only hearing that as a man, I have to provide, I have to support and all that. So he has no clue about this.
True.
And then he gets into that marriage, he becomes what you don't expect him to become. It's not his fault. But if he doesn't accept that it's his fault and is not ready to help you, madam, you are in a really big problem. But I know God frowns at divorce, so what do? You really have to seek out for help.
True.
Get friends, get your mothers, you can call your mother if you have a mother, or you have mother-in-law that is very understanding. Try and as much as you can to let them come into to support you. The way you made your husband to fall in love with you, it's a very logical process. You
Really?
did something, right? So you have to find another way, or that same way, to have to get to his heart, to seek his support. You have to be trickish one way or the other, otherwise you will just die, because that's the truth. You can't do it. And for women who have the financial capacity, outsource it.
Outsourcing.
Yes.
But things are so expensive. People can't even eat 3 square meals. Women trying to put in 1 and 2, outsourcing. It's a whole new it's a cost on its own.
I know.
So-
So find a way. Maybe they're supposed to come every day. Let them come once in a week. You understand?
True.
For the food, you can. I remember when we were much younger, there was this woman, Mrs. Madame Aisha. She's very big, and she had just a daughter, Aisha, and we were 5 from my mom. And she hears Mrs. Aisha talking about that she fasts and that she eats once in a day. So my mom put us through fasting, eating once in a day. Until she went to our house, that once in a day was a lot of food.
Really? Are you serious?
Came back and said, Wodaro, can you
Following an older woman's strategy. Following another woman's strategy. Like you said, what works for one doesn't really work for the other.
what works for you? I'll be happy about it.
Exactly. But now that's funny, really, really funny. Now looking at this, now, what are the most effective strategies to combat? Let's talk about gender-based violence now. as a woman, how do I support my fellow woman who is going through gender-based violence? Remember, this is International Women's Day. We have to bring everything all out on the table.
Yeah.
How do I support it? Let's not forget the focus. It says accelerate action.
Yes, that's very true. You see, when men perceive that you're very aggressive, when your male colleague perceive
The alpha male,
that
the
you
alpha
want to
female.
overrun them, then you're in trouble. You see, that is where the emotional intelligence, social intelligence comes in.
Yes, it does.
You have to apply it. Culturally, we have a culture. Men are seen as the head of the family, even in the place of work.
Yes.
A lot of women don't get big positions. Why? Because the thing is that it's supposed to be a man thing. It's a man thing. He has a family. He takes care of a family, so they earn more money compared to the work you are putting in the work. A lot of women are
But seriously, Dr. Nina, sorry to interject,
Yes.
but someone will tell you, I beg to differ. Sometimes the man puts in all the work and yet he doesn't get the credit that he ought to get. And it's difficult when the woman is in that same position, as if she feels as if that ego will actually play in one way or the other, don't you think?
by the man, right?
By the man, yes.
Men have ego. Even a small-year-old boy, 4-year-old has ego. It's a natural thing that comes with men. We cannot change it.
No, we cannot.
So I tell women, try as much as possible to find a way to balance it when you're working with the male. Understand each individual, each man. There's a way you work with people. And I think as a female leader, one of being the criteria of being a leader is for you to understand that you really have to be able to sacrifice a lot. You also have to identify the strength, the gift of each person working with you. You also have to be able to manage them and nurture them properly. So that means that it's your fault if you don't know how to manage that man. You must find a way to manage that man ego. You have to let him also be open to you, because every man listens to their mother.
Yes, they do.
They calm down. They are babies to a mother. No matter how manly you have 60 children, as long as his mother is still alive, he's still a child to that woman. Women have to try. See, you have to massage them. They love it. They want it. For the sake of your own life too. Massage his ego.
All the time.
It's not easy, but you have to do it. That's one way out of it. Because these guys, these men we know, who are also our fathers, our brothers, our uncles, were not properly. They're not used to that society where women are on top. They're not used to it. They don't know how to go about
Really?
it. They don't.
They do not.
They can't. They
Stand,
can't take
they
it.
can't stand it. Really. Talking about when women are on top. Now, how can we as women promote and support women's leadership and participation in decision-making processes in all levels?
Oh yes, right. That's very good. I think based on my experiences and my exposure, I would say that men has been very supportive. Most of my success, I would take it back to my father for the credit of trusting me and being open to me growing up and telling me about all his successes and his failures as a man, right? So I'm the only child amongst his 12 kids that had the opportunity when he was much older. I was growing up, so it was easy for us to communicate. So I would say that women have to understand that there's so much expectation from us, and there's a lot that you have to know how to relate with the men to bring you inside of the circle. If you are aggressive, if you are hostile, they will not bring you in because they have enough troubles at home.
Very
and
true.
they don't want to come and face another one in the office. So they will give you the opportunity if you know how to manage them properly. And there are times in life that your performance will show that you are on top.
Very
I
true.
remember when I came into Huawei, I was on probation for some months, and I think we had a supervisor who said, how did they recruit all of you? You guys are no good and all that. But it was a good thing because it gingered us to do more. And at a particular point, I realized that most of these guys that came, they came with experiences from Econet, from Nitel. I just came as an ICT person from NIT and all that, and I was an accountant before I was absorbed as an application and software engineer in Huawei. So I realized that the experience they had was much than I was. I was, every day I come to see new things. Every day I wanted to escape, but I was not ready to lose my job.
Of course.
Right? So what eventually happened was the fact that I had to do more than they did. So I had to start spending time at work. When they go home, I don't go with the staff boss. I stay back in the office to learn. I slept in the office back to back to study, right? And when they come in, before they come in the morning, I'll just dress up, brush my teeth, and look good. Nobody ever knew I was sleeping in the office.
Really?
Yes, I'm telling you. So what happened was I had the opportunity to learn more, and it gave me. God was so good to me that for the next 6-9 months, I had learned so much. Nobody knew, and so opportunity now came. The center because then now you can see emails from your office at home from your phone, right? But before then, it is only when you come to the office that you see the email. So I was opportunity to see the mail, and as soon as I saw the mail, I called some friends of mine. I told them we're going to have a test tomorrow. And they're like, no. So I studied. So what happened was I did better. I had 76. And the next person had 66. So there was a management discussion. And they said if the next person had like maybe 72 and all that, the differences was not much. But this was like 10, it was too much. So the management had to now appoint me to say, you had the one to go for an off-site work and all that. Because, so my supervisor then asked me, Lola, why didn't you teach the men? I said, they would not teach me too. so you see that women had to do more for me to get there. And a lot of women are going through a lot.
Yeah.
For a woman to get to the top, there's a lot of politics.
A lot.
They don't want you there. They don't know how to say madam.
They don't know how to say madam.
They don't know how to
They have
say
to
madam.
learn.
You know, so I understand. So you really have a lot to do on your own to manage that. Like, see, this is not a competitive thing.
No, it's not.
This is why I tell a lot of young women. I tell them, I'm not a feminist. I'm only saying that I want us to collaborate.
Exactly.
I want us to work together.
Work together.
We have to. A lot of younger women don't know how to do that.
No.
They want to fight them. They want to knock them out. They're going to tell you, I know I've done that when I was mature.
But now you're not mature.
You don't need it.
All right, let's quickly go on a very quick break. Remember, it's International Women's Day, and we're celebrating women and just talking about women and their achievement and how to get to the top, stay on top, and still maintain that humility, which is very important. Do not go anywhere. The program continues shortly. Stay tuned. That human angle topic on family, marriage, peer pressure, drug and substance abuse, societal issues, women and children, and so much more. Now, it's crucial to approach these subjects with empathy and understanding. These issues often intertwine with societal norms and can lead to tough conversations. It is important to create a safe space for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. I am Jumai Manson. Join me every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the program Inside Today on Global Television. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Inside Today on Global Television. Happy International Women's Day, and I'm not doing it alone. Like, I have my very good friend here with me. She's no other person than Dr. Nini Lola Mary Fafori, Deputy Director, Huawei Business Affairs Nigeria, and it's great to have you.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. Talking about women supporting women when it comes to issues of, power and all of that. Like you said, sometimes women, we don't support each other as much as we ought to. Knowing that I am not the enemy. I'm just here to support you. You're not the enemy. also. We're just here to support each other and do well by each other. But sometimes some women find it very difficult. Why is that so?
Oh, thank you. That is something that we all face almost every day. And I think that for those women who are like that, I think it has to do with their background, with their experiences, and they don't trust. So they already see you as a competitor.
Yes.
And then there's really, I wouldn't lie to you, I have tried with a lot of women, but I have seen someone that that's the way they are. So what you do is, we don't fight. I just know that this is who you are. They don't greet you. They don't talk to you. You meet them in the toilet. They don't care. So you realize that what could have happened. But I'm not in the position to ask those questions because they are not ready to talk about it. So, but we know there are women like that. However, it still does not stop you as a woman to ensure that if you have the capacity, you can take that woman out of that difficulty. Because the essence of us being here is because God has empowered us, God has given us the capacity, God has entrusted us, and it is important that we have to impact our society.
Very important.
Everybody has to. God is not going to come down with his wings. We all run away, right? So he has to use people to be a solution and an answer to our prayers, really. So I want to encourage women, please, please, please try. Help a woman out of this and share your experiences. Let them be able to overcome their current situation. Because I, for instance, have been working with Huawei almost going to 18th year by September. And I always tell the younger ones, what I went through, I don't need you to go through that pain. I will teach you, I will share, I would offload what I know, because you don't have to stay in this place for too long. You don't have to stay in that stage for too long. I have been there. I can give you the answers. So therefore, so you can move faster. But the beautiful thing about life in sharing is that God will give you more information, more wisdom, and you have a better way to do things.
Exactly.
Quicker than before. So it's not like you're losing anything.
You're not.
You're growing. It doesn't stop. Your growth does not stop. We grow every day. And life challenges have to come to you because God is aware about it. And he knows that he has empowered you. And because you're where you should be, the resources, the people, the help will come from that place that you're meant to be. Always trust God for that. And the more you pray, the more you trust God, trust me, there's going to be that peace of God that surpasses all understanding will always come for you. You must go through challenge. If challenge doesn't come, you should be afraid that the devil has plans for you. Challenges is good. It gets to a point, challenges become bread for you to eat. You bring it on. Bring it on, even the devil will be afraid of you, because this one will spoil things for us. Because God will always come through for you.
Okay, so it's good to have that open mind. Women should support women. There's nothing you are losing once you do that. In fact, it just gives you more power, more strength, and more celebration attached to it once you share and uplift that fellow woman. Dr. Ninola Mary Fafore has definitely said it all. Thank you so much for being a part of Insight today. And of course, happy International Women's Day. Yes, accelerate. It accelerates action. So action, go out and help that fellow woman who is down, who runs to you for cover. It's very important that we show a helping hand. We're women. It doesn't take anything from you to show that love and encourage that beautiful woman today. Thank you so much, Dr. Ninola Mary Fafore. She is the Deputy Director, Huawei Business Affairs Nigeria. And thank you all so much for being a part of the program. I am Jumai Manson from Dr. Ninola and myself. We say
Happy
bye.
Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yeah.